Alright guys, I can do that when I do this. I haven't had a video like this in a while where I get to be funky, fresh, and free with myself, guys. I'm feeling myself. Got a flock of fire women. I'm feeling myself. I don't know if you guys know that song, but that was Dala. May he rest in peace. And I really messed with the camera settings, so hopefully I don't cut myself off too much, so I'm going to stand back a little bit. But guys, we got 5 more packs of Fields of Honor. And really, we already hit the El Pollo Grande. It was a big payday for me, but hopefully we hit 2. And I kind of want to talk about really what's going on and with me at this moment. And so, we're coming into the closer days of opening up the store. And something I know that's probably iterated a lot by a lot of content creators, or not content creators per se. It's kind of hard to look through these, to be honest with you, and also talk, but I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to leave out pretty sure I have all the commons from these sets, but I should leave out, I think I have all the greens too, but I'll leave out the blues just in case, and probably should keep them anyways. But it's, guys, just how expensive it is to start a business, and that's not even the product involved, or really sometimes it's not even the importance of the business. So something that really kind of upsets me with this whole process is like very little that you have to spend on actually having a store or product or anything like that, and how much you have to spend on utilities and things like that. So I know it sounds stupid, but I did get a Path of Cenarius, so I'll go ahead and put that in a top loader. I'll show that to you guys again. Pretty much a worthless card at this point. I don't know if it's focusing or not. That's why I don't like having the camera like this, but I also like you guys seeing me, because I know that's why you guys come here. I know you might not admit it to yourself, but I'll admit it for you. You guys come for me, and I understand, because I put on a show, homies. I'm a show stopper and a starter. But guys, just to start the business, I'm actually in a relatively cheap area. I'm just kind of really got where I'm outside the periphery of Denver, but Denver prices still affect us a little bit. And when I say that, I don't even live in Colorado, and I don't live in Wyoming, so that kind of leaves you one direction to go if you know anything. But a lot of people wouldn't consider us influenced by Denver, but we very much are, being a realtor myself, and kind of having the understanding of a lot of the things here. But with that being said, it's relatively very cheap for me compared to a lot of people to, let's say, rent a space or buy a space. Honestly, I usually tend to want to buy a place. I could have bought a place on Main Street, very similar to what I'm renting. It was two of our town's lawyers retired, and they were selling it. And the building was about, if I remember correctly, we wanted $65,000 for it, which also was a bad price. It was 3,000 plus square feet, very well kept office, good location. But the problem with it is that our county and town and state taxes really just start to eat up, and specifically property taxes. It was $4,000 a year for property taxes. So that means that if you didn't have a payment, you would still have to pay pretty much rent of $300 a month plus, just to own that building. Not rent it, own it. So you pretty much end up paying rent. And I know if you're from a bigger city, you're like, $300, that's nothing. But you got to take into account that when you open a store, just like me, I won't be bringing in, let's say, 500,000 people in a year just because I'm on Main Street. I mean, we were talking like, hopefully I bring in, 1,000 people in a year in this part of the world. And we do have a little bit of tourism. We have a motorcycle museum and stuff like that, so that does help. And then I'm located next to the post office, which is getting ahead of myself. But long story short, I ended up not buying the business because it just wasn't a move that was affordable. I'd be end up paying, it would only been like a $300, $400 monthly mortgage payment. But I had to have 25% down, which was, in the 20,000s on a $60,000 building. So that was, and don't get me wrong, I actually had the money at one point. So, it's not the crazy part about it, but, to put $25,000 down and then still have to pay $700 a month just in taxes and, mortgage payment, well, it wouldn't be a mortgage, but your building payment, it's unthinkable, because then what I'm getting into, what I kind of start off with, is with me not really even being in this building, the city charged me $50 just to put the utilities in my name. Even though I've lived in this town for 4 years, I have multiple rental houses, that have been in and out of my name. They still charge me $50 because they have some arbitrary 5-year limit on when they stop charging you for extra or put-ons on your name, something, whatever. It was a $50 fee. It kind of ticked me off. Then in the city is electrical and water and trash and all that. And then you have your gas company for your natural gas, for your heat, everything like that. And their deposit on a commercial space was $300, $299 to be exact. And then the full deposit's $345. So then they add like $5 onto your bill until that's paid off. And then I think at some point they do like take it off. I don't know how it works. I don't know when you get that deposit back, but the point is that there, right there, with not even me having done any business, having affected anything, actually used anything, that gets you pretty close to, so $345. That's with the $50 from the city and then the total $345 deposit. That's almost $400 in just. The deposit's a deposit. I'm supposedly going to get it back, but that's almost $400 in just fees, just to say, hey, I want to run a business, pretty much. Then on top of that, I didn't even use the building and the meter fees and the automatic trash fees and all that stuff. My bill was like $120 both combined. So for just 1 month, think about that. In 1 month, I had to take roughly $550 out of my own account just to have a business in my name, pretty much have a building in my name. And guys, let's be real with you, I pay $400 a month for this 3,000 square foot building, but it is a weird layout, so I don't get to utilize all the square footage. But I feel like it's pretty fair what I'm getting for rent, but then the problem is it adds up, and then you add internet on top of that, and they can't just give me internet at my house rate. They want a commercial rate where they charge you a little bit more, or they want you to sign a 3-year contract. So I'm in this bind that just for 50 gigabytes up and 5 gigabytes download speed, if I don't sign a 3-year contract, I'm almost going to be $100 a month just for that. Whereas I have 100 up and 10 down at my own home, and I pay like $70. So that's another thing. And if I'm not in here, I'm not using it. It's just money that gets burned away, and that doesn't even include any of the product. I don't feel bad. I have product in here. I have these Champions Path boxes. I've got vintage cards. I've got bulk cards. I've got Elite Trainer boxes. I've got some kind of retail arbitrage packs because my distributor that I've set up with is I'm on the bottom of the list pretty much because I'm new, and I'm gonna get like the little mini binders in Vivid voltage packs. I'm not even getting real product. Hopefully I get the Elite Trainer boxes for the Hidden Fates reprints and everything like that. But guys, I guess what I'm trying to say is that, like, when people tell you, like, hey, don't open a business, I know it seems like, it's almost that gatekeeping, especially if that person's successful. It's really easy to look like they have this business and they don't want me to do it because they don't, how you want to say, they don't want me, rich people are greedy narrative pretty much is what it ends up being, is that, you have money and there's only so much. So if you let me, whatever, then you lose that money. And which is really not true on a large scale, because there's just so many people in this world and so many competing businesses and everything like that. It happens every day without, it being personal. So even if it becomes personal, it's really not personal. Now, where I live in a small town, if my buddy opened a card shop, we'd literally cannibalize each other to hell. You would literally make no money, because it would be a toss-up of who people like more. They'd go in there. If you were cheap or whatever, it would not be good for business. And even that way, I'm, just having to deal with Walmart being 35 miles away, that can even kind of hurt me a little bit too. To be honest, our Walmarts are small enough that they don't really carry a variety of product or any vintage or anything like that. There's not the community sense of it, but you get what I'm saying. So, I guess my whole point is that, you take in, even a small town where things are cheaper, you take my first 2 months of expenses, for not even using the business, not even being open, just using it more of a storage and for me to make videos and stuff like that. 2 months of rent, $800. Like I said, almost $550 worth of fees that you're not doing. So that puts you up to that $1,300 mark. And I haven't even sold a thing in the actual store. So I was just getting to this point where, I was even talking to my own father, and I was like, am I stupid for renting this place? Because, just like you'll see in some of my videos, I know I don't talk about what I sell a whole lot, but, it's like I've sold just recently a $1,500 card. Then I've sold 2 Charizards for about $55 a piece, so that's $110. And I sold some other cards for, ranging in that $5, $10, and up range. I think it was $17. I think it was actually a promo Charizard card. So, I sold almost $150 worth of cards, and it's like, if I was doing this out of my house, that helps me with bills. Whereas with that's not even, let's just say with everything continuing, I got to make $650 a month to pay for the space. And I'm not even near that. I got to sell some more cards that I don't have, that I probably won't be able to get. So hopefully, I can make this work. Or not, how should I say? I want to say I make this work. I've done the numbers. As long as I can start selling some stuff, I'll be okay. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, I hope I can make this work fast enough that I don't just hemorrhage money every single month. Because you gotta spend money to make money. That's the truth. But there's no part that ever says you gotta hemorrhage money to make money, because that's just not the truth. And right now, I'm not hemorrhaging money. I'm still selling stuff on eBay. That still makes me a decent income, depending on how things look and how much product I can source, and really how much people are buying, and my margins and stuff like that. Because sometimes I can sell a lot of items, but I'm only making, maybe $5 after eBay and PayPal take their cut, and so, yeah, you sell 100 items. Well, that's only $500, and for most people's bills, that's not going to do it for you. So it has to be a side hustle, and definitely the thing is that when I do this stuff, when I do the flip game, as people want to call it, but kind of be a quote unquote, in the classical sense, a merchant. Buying things, trading them, working in markets and everything like that. I feel alive, I feel at home, I feel in my own skin. And guys, when I sold insurance, I didn't feel that way. Even being a real estate agent now, I love real estate. I feel at home kind of owning the real estate, doing the real estate deals myself. But man, being an agent, you start to talk, and it's like, who's talking? Because it's not me. That's not how I sound. I hate that I have to put on this persona and I can't be myself. I can't be goofy or quirky. And you can a little bit, but then if it's too much, they won't believe you. I mean, I can literally tell you the ins and outs of the market, and whether I'm correct or not, it's always up for debate because everyone can be wrong. But doing it for 4 years of hard experience of buying properties myself, selling properties, listing properties, not selling properties. I have a pretty good grasp on the market because I stay in tune with it. I know other property buyers, other property owners, everything that's going on. I stay in touch with it, and it's like as soon as you make 2 jokes instead of 1, that person automatically, like, you lose all credibility with them, and it's gone. And guess what? When you're buying and selling stuff, yeah, you deal with people. Someone's gonna message you on eBay and be a butthole, or someone's gonna try to scam you. Someone's gonna do this, whatever. But it's like, it's not personal. I don't know how to explain that. It's like, it's not personal. But as a real estate agent, I can do my job. I mean, literally do everything I'm supposed to do. Go show a client some property, and the buyer, the lister, the person who puts the property up for sale, not keep their end, and then chew you out like it's all your fault, and then you just have to take it because that's just how it is. And maybe I'm just sensitive. I mean, that's what my dad would say. Hey, just who cares? Get over it. But I definitely feel like I'm not I'm definitely not hippy dippy by any means. But I do feel like probably in the modern sense, the modern term, there is such thing as a vibe, and I tend to be happy, and I tend to be happy-go-lucky. I'm very, maybe I'm not laid back so much. I'm kind of always feel like I'm a little anxious, to be honest with you. But I have a good vibe, and it's like as soon as someone hits me with that negativity, someone hits me with that whatever. No, I don't shut down. I mean, I'm not a baby. I don't want to throw it out there. If you do shut down, I don't mean that as an insult towards you. But it's like I don't shut down personally, but I do. I end up getting depressed, and I end up hating what I'm doing, and I hate life, and I hate all these things. And when I've surrounded myself with stuff I like doing, and then trying to make money while doing it, and making money while doing it, I'm so happy. Like, it's unbelievable. I don't even have a negative thought. The negative thoughts I do have are the things that are negative are introduced by other people, and maybe that's always it is, but you can be your own worst enemy and introduce your own negative thoughts. And then, I mean, you can sit here and you go, what am I doing? I have, $3,000 worth of junk here. I mean, literally, you could say that. I don't think it's junk. It's Pokemon cards and kids' toys and stuff like that. And you can literally get yourself to this point where you want to go and throw all this away because you don't want to deal with it anymore because you just wasted $3,000 on kids' toys, kids' merchandise, whatever you want to call it. Like, you can think that way and you can get in your own head. And that's way worse than if someone is telling you that. My wife thinks being into Pokemon cards at, darn near close to 25 years old here in December, is just ridiculous. It blows her mind. She's been very negative about it. I don't think it's something that she's doing personally to attack me, but she's been very negative about it. And I want to be candid with this. I mean, I don't want to call my own wife out on my own YouTube channel, but those are the things you're gonna face yourself. Is you're gonna face people that you really care about, and you have to always deal with. For example, like your wife, like your parents, like your maybe girlfriends come and go. I mean, but it's like you're gonna have to deal with those people, and those are things they're gonna say, and they're gonna think you're crazy doing this, and if you let your own thoughts start to think that, it's way worse than if they think that, because they can think it all day. My wife can be think Pokemon cards are stupid all day, but as long as I know what I'm doing and I love them, who cares? You know what I'm saying? And at some point she'll get on board, because they either get on board or they get off board. That's just the truth. So I know that's kind of a long-winded rant, and all we got is the path of Cenarius, but we still got 10 more packs left. So really, if we could hit that spicy chicken again, I would just go crazy. I mean, I might even give it away for a sub goal. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I need that money to run this business. I hate to be that way because I really don't feel like I'm a money focused person. I didn't get into Pokemon cards because I saw Logan Paul raising $1 million and selling or whatever. I really didn't. To be honest with you, I know I say this a lot, but I don't know if you guys know the YouTuber Moist Critical, Penguin Z0's his channel, and he used to make kind of funny gaming videos and everything like that. And he's involved in some other stuff. I've kind of started watching him again, but there's probably a good few years that I didn't watch him. But actually, one of the first videos I watched of his that got me back into him was actually him buying boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and unboxing them and stuff like that. And I was like, man, how awesome would that be if someone did that with Pokemon cards? And little did I know that tons of people do that with Pokemon cards, but I kind of just jumped in head first anyways and said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start collecting Pokemon cards. The idea makes me so happy, and it does make me happy opening the packs, collecting them, put them in the binders. Now even selling some cards that have some value. It's great. It feels amazing, let me tell you. But I kind of just jumped into that. And then from that, once I kind of started searching cards, I'd listen to Gary Vee every once in a while. He talked about it, so I kind of went back to him, got my head in with him, and he kind of maybe validated the idea of like, well, if you hustle and grind doing it's great. I don't think you should be in it 100% for the flip game, because I think you're going to get burned unless you're just better than everyone else. And the truth is, you're not smarter than everyone else that is doing it. There's someone smarter than you, and they've been doing it longer, and they're going to grind harder, and they're not going to sleep as much as you, but somehow still be better off than you. There's just someone that's always better than you, and you should always know that when you do something. That doesn't mean don't do it. I'm just saying that just know that. So don't think, oh, I'm really smart, I'm just going to outsmart everyone. Because sometimes that's my mentality. I go, ooh, I'm big brain, I'm big brain, I'm big brain. And then I group myself in with people that are actually smart, and I'm not even on their level. Or maybe I'm on their level intelligence-wise, but I don't have that surrounding knowledge, that tertiary knowledge that helps them succeed. Like, I can use Excel, but I'm not an Excel wizard. And these guys make these spreadsheets that, input data from web searches and compile data from cells and stuff like that and put it in, and they know, like, hey, I should buy Vivid Voltage because looking at these statistics, these analytics, it's a good deal. Said, whereas I'm like, man, Vivid Voltage is really hot right now. Like, you can't get enough of it, so you should buy it. I did that with Champions Path. I bought a lot of Champions Path for that reason. And I made a lot of money off Champions Path. So, I don't think you have to be the biggest brain. You don't have to be up here with your brain to make money doing this. Some of it's a lot of luck, but some of it's just the grind of knowing that, hey, Champions Path is a small print run. It's a seasonal deal. The last time this was done, it was really popular in Hidden Fates. And guess what? You could have bought and made money. I probably held on to my stuff a little bit too much, but hey, I have a store, so it's not going to hurt me if I was just quote unquote flipping it. And then at some point I can do giveaways, or I can open it myself. Like, the possibilities are endless. Well, not endless, that was like 4 of them, but you get what I'm saying. So guys, really, peace out. I'm IDT. That's been a jumbo rant that made no sense, so I hope you don't care that I'm here talking to you about these Pokemon cards. And if you think I'm going to go far, hit the like, comment, and subscribe, because just like a beehive, we're in this together. I try to rap, guys. I just can't do it. I can't. I want to, but I can't. So I'm leaving. Exit stage right.